try another equation we can solve here. Sine of x over 2 equals root 3 over 2. I guess when I'm first looking at the problem, I'm thinking sines have a positive value, a positive root 3 over 2. That happens in the first and second quadrant. So I'm just kind of keeping that in my mind as I proceed through that. So where are the values of a sine function equal root 3 over 2? Well, we remembered one of our 16 primary angles that we're always thinking about. We know that one of them occurs at pi over 3. That's the one in the first quadrant. Where else do we have one? We have one in the second quadrant. So let's take that first quadrant acute angle, take pi minus that acute angle, and that's going to give me the sine. That's going to give me the positive sine value in the second quadrant. So those are my two solutions that I have within the period 0 to 2 pi. Every solution beyond that, because there's an infinite amount of solutions, I would add a 2 pi, or sorry, excuse me, a 2 in pi. 2 in pi to that, plus a 2 in pi. Let's find, since I don't really have solved for x yet, let's divide everything by 2. So I can do that first. So I have x equals, multiply everything by 2. 2 pi over 3 plus 4 in pi. And down here, x equals, multiply everything by 2. I'll have a 4 pi over a 3 plus a 4 in pi. So those are all my solutions of x. I am narrowed down between 0 and 2 pi. So let's figure out what are all the solutions within that period. So let's start with n equals 0. If n equals 0, I'm left with a 2 pi over a 3 plus a 0. Down here, if n equals 0, that goes away. I have 4 pi over 3. Both of those solutions are within this range. Let's try n equals 1. So I'll have a 2 pi over a 3 plus a 4 times a 1 plus a 4 pi. I can see right now that if I'm adding 4 pi to any solution, that's already pushing it beyond my upper limit of 2 pi. So I know that that's not a solution. And likewise down here, I'm going to take 4 pi over 3 plus 4 times 1, because I'm trying for n equals 1, plus a 4 pi. And likewise, I'm adding 4 pi to my solution, which also puts it over my extreme. So my solutions for the sine of x over 2, which values of x make this true within this particular range? One value is 2 pi over 3, and the other one is 4 pi over 3. And those are the two values that meet all the parameters and conditions I have here.